Sunday, April 1, 2012, All Falls Day, and unfortunately I've been a bit of a fool today because I've come to Guildford, which has taken double the journey time. Let's get it out. Double the normal journey time because of engineering works today. So yeah, 11:30, as you can see there, instead of 11 o'clock. Anyway, not to worry. Glorious weather, nice chill to the air, typical April day really. I'm doing Free Walk 57, which is a Guildford circular via Chantries Hill. Should be around 11.5 miles, 12 miles. Should be back by about 5. Let's see what it holds. A lot of this early stuff in Guildford alongside the River Wey I've filmed on other walks starting from Guildford, so I won't spend too much time covering them again. It's the White House pub over there, as mentioned in the text. Also, it being a Sunday, it's quite busy, so I won't spend too much time filming in Guildford. Entering the National Trust's River Wey and Godalming navigations again. As you can see, it's a glorious day. About 13 degrees C today, so just enough chill on the air to make it perfect walking weather. Crossing a very noisy weir, mentioned in point 3 of the text. Doesn't seem to be any shortage of water here, but there is. Messing about on the river. Just by the rowing club house. Okay, at this point, last time I was along this river bank, we went right up that way. But on this particular walk, we crossed the bridge ahead of us, due south from the bridge. Self-explanatory signpost.
The youngest kid is very slow at developing. Right.
Information board about the flowers of the fen, hemp agrimony, meadow sweet, wild angelica, and so on. Okay, here we are, another information board telling us about Shalford water meadows, which was previously a hive of activity producing charcoal for making gunpowder. Great tit in the background there. I've already heard the now omnipresent chiff chaff and seen a yellow wagtail. Couldn't get it on film though. And this to me looks like ideal cuckoo territory. This path is now the North Downs Way that we're following for a brief distance. Further information board about Shalford water meadows, which hopefully you can expand or Google. As you can hear in the background, a recreation ground behind me. Just walked past Clifford Manor Road and there's a bird up there right at the max of my range I do not recognise. It's like a nuthatch perhaps, judging by its song. One I'll have to check out later on the computer. No, I can't make that out, my eyes aren't good enough these days. and from another angle. It's a lot clearer this side. Certainly not a nuthatch. Just entering the delightful looking Chantry Wood, having left the North Downs Way now. Right, having left the North Downs Way, we're now on something called the Scholars Trail, which is a lot quieter. Loads of walkers doing that North Downs Way, not so many in here, which is a delightful mixed wood, full of bird song at this time of year. Fantastic. Number of benches en route for those that need a respite, which will be me in the not too distant. Path levels out here. As you can see, some seats once again. Very pleasant woodland this. This is the turning off right for the Scholars Trail, as mentioned in point 15 of the text. That path off down there. Point 16 of the text. Some nice views on the right, although you won't be able to see much of this when the foliage is fully out. There are some bluebells out, not many this way, but no doubt they'll close up during the week when the frosts arrive, and they're forecast along with snow next weekend, Easter. So there you go. Good example of hedging technique there. And over there on the right is the Kissing Gate that we now pass through to hopefully get a good view of the, or better view of the escarpment I've just looked at. And there is a good shot of the views on the right from a point just outside the Kissing Gate. Lovely day. That lovely splash of yellow there, the gorse. The fine views mentioned in point 18 of the text. Let's do a panoramic 360 here, about 150 metres up. The villages of Chalford and Chillworth. That's Shalford. Excuse the background noise. Wouldn't get this on a Monday. 19 of the text. Looking ahead towards the hill where St Martha's Church is. Obviously we've been up there before and had some fine views, so I'm well aware of what's awaiting me today. Probably will be more noisy than, or noisier than the last time I was there, because that would have been on a Monday. Further views down to what I believe is Chillworth. Absolutely perfect walking weather today. However, as can be seen from the dusty trail, we do need that rain, irrespective of how high the River Wey may be. Seen a tap in the corner of this field here. This obviously explains why. There's me talking about water shortages, and there's a tap in the field that's open for abuse. Give it a few weeks, and this is going to be a mass of bluebells. As you can see from the few solitary colours that have popped up already. Turning left here at this junction, and we're back on the North Downs Way. Now following a sandy North Downs Way all the way up to St Martha's Hill. It's like walking on a beach here. Seems like I'm not the only one filming up here. ITV drama called The Last Weekend is being filmed up at St Martha's, so there's one to look out for in the future. St Martha's Church, once again as you'd expect on a Sunday, chock-a-block with people. So I don't know if I'll get me picnicking up here. We'll try though. Some views to the southwest, I think that is. Delightful. Obviously what I didn't capture last time was the inside, because I believe it was closed. Well, I certainly didn't try the door handle anyway. Amazing, eh? And they've just finished the service as well. Look at this old organ here, 1949. Restored by Kingsgate, Davidson and Co. So it's even older than that if it's been restored. Some history there of local churches. Bit of local history. And the rear door. Amazing little place. I noticed some Spanish people outside, so this must be perhaps on some kind of, well, hence the name Pilgrim's Way. Must be on some kind of pilgrimage route. I have to Google that and find out. Views to the southwest. South. And I do remember these bushes. Last time I was here they were covered in spiders' webs from an early morning frost, I think. And it is, as envisaged, chock-a-block up here at the minute. Further views to the southeast. We'll take this bench here, seeing it's just been vacated. donated by Justin Hicks, 71 to 92. So only just made his 21st birthday. What a shame, eh? It's 1 o'clock for the timekeepers amongst you. So making reasonable progress. 1:30, lunch has been had, and I've managed to catch the church in a moment of tranquility. No one else around there at the moment, which is A, unusual, and B, delightful to get the church on its own. Amazing place, eh? Really is like a beach up here at the minute, reflecting the lack of rainfall we've had. A lot of erosion up here, as I seem to remember commenting last time. Probably was once upon a time a pond here of some kind, by the looks of this. And from its shady northern side. Some further views from the ridge before I start descending. With one last glimpse at St Martha's there. So the North Downs Way goes on down there. Over there on the left is the World War II pillbox, and we take a sharp right here, almost doubling back on ourselves. So we're leaving the North Downs Way now, once again. This footpath we're joining is called the Downs Link. Amazing, isn't it? You get that antique church up on the hill, and then this within several hundred yards of each other. Crowds have thinned out a bit now, which is pleasant. This footpath dates from 1984. Clearly links up the North Downs and South Downs ways, I guess. What a delightful day it is, eh? Further evidence of the bluebells coming out, predominantly in the sunny pockets, but as mentioned earlier, I'm sure the frost in the week will close them up. Great tit there in the background. What a great bit of geography that is. Way the landscape curves there. Looking back up towards St Martha's Church, can't actually see it through the trees, unfortunately, but it is around about there, so you get an impression of what a little fortress it might have been in times gone by. You just get a glimpse of it now. Always amazes me how oaks can be split after being hit by lightning presumably and still survive. Certainly an antique version there. One final view there of St Martha's. Information board here telling us about the remains of Chillworth gunpowder mills, 1625 to 1920. So they had a fair innings. Google that if you wish to know more. This looks like the remnants. Now I'm in two minds as to whether to take this route, because this takes us to Percy Arms for lunch, but I've already had mine. I might do it just to extend the walk anyway and to get a shot of the pub in, because it's a glorious day. As I mentioned earlier, doesn't seem to be much problem with the water levels here. There's the Percy Arms, which is still closed due to fire damage. Now there's a sign over there saying see you in a month. Which month that is anybody's guess. Seems like a pleasant enough place, and is next to Chillworth railway station. So could equally make a tea stop. Little gathering of I think it's celandines. I think the aconites are on their way out at the moment and the celandines are on their way in, or it's the other way round. Anyway, a little cluster of them there. This is on Vera's path, taking us back past the gunpowder factory and to rejoin point 34. Pleasant enough little diversion. Ideal cuckoo territory once they return, and I'm expecting them any day now, although with frost and snow forecast next week it'll probably be after next weekend. Funny how Mother Nature tells them. Let's get a view of the rear of Percy Arms here, and you can see it's got a very nice outdoor area, although it looks a tad pricey to me. Rather large snail there.
Joey, come on, keep going. Come on. Don't fall.
Some sort of memorial. Yeah, it's a gravestone. Rather pleasant version. Interesting place to be buried. Must have been an artist. I'll have a read of the inscription when I get back. Very pleasant. The gurgling of the brook next to your resting place. Not often you can say that. Views for point 36 of the text, just on the edge of Chillworth. Coming out by the lake mentioned in the text, and that noise you can hear is the water leaving the lake and going off into a river. The other side of the road there. Pair of geese. I think they're Canada. Always get them mixed up with Brents, so it's difficult to tell. Anyway, this lake, once again, doesn't seem to be struggling for water level. I guess these geese have got a nest somewhere nearby, which is why they're warning me off. What a lovely splash of cherry blossom there. Sakura. Reminds me of Japan. Sun shines on that mallard's head perfectly. What a sheen they have, eh? Delightful. Yeah, as I keep saying, plenty of water around here. Unlike in Essex the other week. Okay, 3 o'clock and I've just reached the Drummond at Albury, so this would be a rather later lunch, which is okay on a Sunday. But having said that, just had a little nose at the garden. Very compact really, next to the stream, and very popular. So although this seems like a much nicer environment than the preceding pub, it is very busy on a day like today. They do serve hog roast today, I noticed, between 12 and 8 PM. So looks like food's served pretty much all day. So takes your choice. Pays your money and takes your choice, as they say. Me, I always prefer a picnic. But there you go. Chacun a son goût. This rather antique sign to the church and Western Fields, where we turn left. Opposite a very old looking Pratt stores, which is open on a Sunday, but not right now, so it must be mornings only. Point 49 of the text, and a rather interesting little lane out of Albury. I wonder what this is like in the snow. It's about 30-foot embankment up the side. Down on Albury Church. Bit of an eyesore behind it there, but not sure what that's all about. Some kind of development. Otherwise that would be a nice view. And the pheasant agrees with me. This is the point where you veer off the road and follow the footpath down alongside it, and I can hear a buzzard over there somewhere. In fact, there's 3 of them just taken off. Let's see if I can catch them in a minute. Well, just about to cross the railway line. And you get a sense of how high up from the road we are. Interesting little lane that was. Point 50 of the text this. Not sure what that is singing. Nope. Of course, it could simply be a great tit again, or certainly one of the tit family. And there in the far distance, right at the extremes of my range, is St Martha's again. Up on the hill. Well, I think it's St Martha's. Might not be actually. Interesting. What a great reed bed. Again, plenty of water, which makes me realise that the money spent on the high speed 2 would be better spent on a national water grid. Really annoys me, that. Great tit there, sounding very much like a chaffinch. Learnt to mimic it. Point 56 of the text, and we're now following a very indistinct path through what is predominantly coniferous forest of Blackheath. And a delightful smell there is in here as well. Fantastic. Shelter from the sun, if any were needed, because it's not that hot today. Perfect walking weather. All I need is for Swansea to win at Spurs today, and it will be an ideal day. Or as Lou Reed said, a perfect day. Point 57 of the text, emerging into open heathland, and although this particular walk was written many years back, because it's number 7, so presumably written a good few years ago, the young trees referred to in the text still haven't emerged. Plenty of tree stumps over there. Once again, Surrey Heathlands, plenty of sand underfoot, so get the old flip-flops out, I think. Do like gorse, very cheery colour yellow. This is ideal territory for those sand lizards and sand snakes that I saw the other week. Well, other week, must be at least 6 months ago now. The dead one I saw. Look at that, eh? Perfect environment. Information board here, which I've filmed before, telling us about Blackheath Common. And if memory serves me correctly, the pub that I'm about to pass on the right in a minute was one I sat in the garden of in a snowstorm. Let's see. Oh, what a shame. The pub is still boarded up, which is amazing, because I sat over there where those cars are parked on one of their tables. It's got to be within the last 2 years, and had my packed lunch in a blizzard. Can't remember which walk that was, but do recall it, because I went off, I'm sure there's a footpath over here somewhere on the right, through those trees. Anyway, life moves on. Memorial village sign to the Jubilee of 77. And some amusing signs here. Sense of humour in this village. Not sure if that's part of it or a genuine street name. Anyway, our onward journey's up this hill.
That way and this way.
Since the text was written, it seems that someone's turned the signs round, because Chillworth is in the direction of this way, not that way as mentioned in the text. Just to add confusion. Point 66 of the text continues straight on. And once again we're following the Downs link. Views from point 67 in the text, and just over there in the distance behind that one birch is St Martha's there. Always present in this walk at some shape or form. Delightful, eh? This footpath. Blackbirds singing in the background. What more could you ask for on a Sunday afternoon? So, as you can see, 305 metres towards Chantries Hill is the South Downs Way, and thus the joining point of the two Downs Way walks. Yet another angle on St Martha's. Seems to have been cleared of trees to enable people like me to capture it from every angle. It's 73 of the text. The mini bridge taking us over the Wey and Arun Canal. Only 3 3/4 back to St Martha's apparently. It's clearly a former railway, although which one it is I'm unsure. River Wey on the left down there. Might find out at the end. Information board again about the Wey and Arun Junction Canal. Another information board about the National Trust River Wey Navigation with a nice little map there. Now I'm going to walk along the Wey for 2.5 kilometres. Self-explanatory. Old pillbox up there. Back under the bridge I crossed earlier this morning. And my onward journey is exactly the same as it was earlier, in reverse. Okay, 5:15. Didn't quite make the 5 o'clock train, but there you go. Delightful walk. Back at Guildford. That was fantastic. I think that's the longest film I've recorded thus far. About 40 minutes worth. A, because of the beautiful weather, and B, because of the beautiful scenery. Very nice walk indeed. Free walk 7 completed. Okay, just a short footnote, if you'll excuse the pun, to today's walk. Could have been the last for this trusty pair of Berghaus Explorer Ridge boots. They will be 2 years old this month. Well, in fact, they are 2 years old this month. About the 24th of April, I got them 2 years ago. They appeared on one of my films down in Sussex, can't remember where. But 2 years on, and the heels have gone. I'll make that about 1,200 miles later if I work on the average of 12 miles a week, 100 weeks, give or take. So not bad, but the heels have gone because they're not Vibram. So Berghaus, if you ever get to view this, get some Vibram soles on these boots. They are otherwise immaculate boots, and I have ordered up another pair which should be here this week, which is why this pair might be now going to the resting home for boots. The walking fields up in the sky. Well, in fact no, they will be doing some walking but not as much. So yeah, just thought I'd add that in. In fact, just checking my YouTube records, the Boots had their first airing on the 3rd of May 2010 on the Milford to Godalming walk, and it was this camera that had its initiation on the 26th of April. So a bit of a sad day really, because the two things go hand in hand. So camera's going to have to get used to a new pair of boots henceforth. RIP.